Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you're new to this channel, subscribe for more content. And yeah, we're going to talk about the current meta in this Marvel Snap. And what the whole goal of the meta is, I feel like right now, and what my feelings towards this meta is. I hit Infinite on the first night. And, well, let's talk about the meta. So the meta right now seems to be just go tall. Go really tall. Like, that's it. Go as big as you possibly can to outbig your opponent. So the decks that are doing well right now are like End of Turn, doing really well right now. Shallow, doing well right now. Mr. Negative, Man Spider is doing well. Like, those type of decks are doing really well right now. There's also like Galactus decks out there that are doing pretty solid right now. This card has been interesting. I don't know if it's winning. I just know it's been popular. I don't know if they're winning though. And it's kind of weird because we just shifted off from a meta that was like go small, go multi, like go really small, create cards, go wide, right? But then Gambit kind of ruined that. The Horseman of Death Gambit kind of ruined that. So now we're just going big. And I don't think it's Stryfe's fault necessarily, but I do think he's a part of the problem. Also, the new Wolverine being bad doesn't help anyone who's trying to go wide. The new Wolverine is kind of bad. So, we're in this weird gray area where the metas just go really tall. Go really, really tall. Which sucks, because my favorite deck doesn't necessarily go tall. I'll show you like the wins and like my percent wins and everything with my decks that I've been using and talk about some of the cards within those decks. But the first one I would wanted to like narrow out because I've been talking about him so much lately is the Destroy Weapon X deck. It's performing really well this season, like really well this season, but it's not because of him. It's not. It's not because of Weapon X. Weapon X isn't good or bad. It's not because of him. He's just kind of in the deck because the deck flows around what the plan is on reveals. You can build a basic Deadpool deck with on reveals, you know, Deadpool, not Deadpool, Carnage, Venom, Deathlock, Killmonger, etc. Like you can build a deck around on reveals with that style, right? Mine was more Weapon X because it's just easier to do and it's funnier to do. And it's also pretty funny when this guy doesn't get countered, which is rare. So it performs well because you have like a Death in a lane that can win a lane. You have Weapon X potentially can win a lane with like Debrii next to him, but could potentially be big enough to win a lane. And then you have the Will, really, really big. Like if you're trying to contest this guy, you're gonna lose. Stryfe, the MVP. Is he the MVP of the season? I don't know yet. We still got to see how Storm performs. Storm's like the other one that's kind of like interesting. So, Stryfe. How do I say this without over hyping him? He's a good card. Strife's a really good card, right? He's a really good card. Is he on the levels of like original Shallow, original Star-Lord before their nerfs? I don't think so. I don't think he's far off, but I don't think he's... I think he's more so on par with like the current... I was going to say the current Shallow, but I would still think Shallow is a little better than him. He's close to like the current like Shallow level. He's really just a crutch and a victim of just being successful because this guy exists. Being successful because some of the strongest cards in the game are unrevealed cards, and because of that, he's technically that card. He's technically Fang Foom. But he's a better version of Fang Foom because he applies after the turn is over. What I mean is, you play Fang Foom on reveal, he does the thing right away, right? Stryfe is an objective card. So, for example, you go against an end of turn deck normally with the Fang Foom, you would copy their current stance of whatever their power is before they apply the end of turn appliance buffs, right? Before they ramp up. Stryfe applies after they apply. So it would ramp the end of turn stuff. Stryfe would then take that current power, and then the game would end. So he is a better Fang Foom because he's got the patience to wait for the procs to go just based off how the objective key phrasing applies. So he's pretty good. Now, the meta. It's all about Shao-Lao. It's all about Invisible Woman. It's all about Man-Spider, Star-Lord. It's all about going really big, for the most part. So, Scarlet Spider, very popular right now with the Shao-Lao. It is what it is. It's really easy to boost him up. End of turn, it's really easy to cheese these units to be really huge. Mr. Negative Man-Spider has just been so popular, it's crazy. Like, people just remember, like, oh, this guy exists. This guy's busted. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, he's really good. So, and also, if you destroy them, they null you, and then they null. Because it's Star-Lord. Because it's Star-Lord, of course. Of course. So, yeah. So it makes sense why I've had success with this deck. It makes a lot of sense why this deck's doing well, because I go big as well in, multiple lanes. Stryfe can copy the biggest thing. Right? So it's been performing relatively well. But to shift off of that, like, decks that I wish were doing better, that aren't doing good, they're not doing bad either, it's just not as good as I would want them to do, is like... Alright, so here's the win rate. Weapon X. I've had a lot of games logged in Weapon X, by the way. That's a lot of games logged. With a 60% win rate, that's really good. That's really good. I've tried my toes in the Druid Sandstorm. I'm not omega huge on Virus right now. I think it's a good card. I just think the meta doesn't really suit it at the moment. I think this meta is a little bit too big for Virus, but I don't think Virus is a bad card, especially with Mobius. Mobius and Virus is actually kind of good. But I'm more talking about my Phantom X game. It used to be a little higher than this. I was a lot more happy with Phantom X with how he's performing. He was closer to 60% as well. He was pretty close to that 60% marker. He's definitely dropped since then. It's not his fault. Like, Phantom X is my favorite deck. He's definitely, like, my favorite style of deck. It takes a little bit of a brain to use it, and it's a little harder to use, but he's not the problem. It's not his fault. It's just the deck has just been treating me pretty poorly. I streamed on Twitch and I was unlucky. He was always at the bottom 3 cards. Gambit is always missing key targets. I was just not... I don't know, man. It's just Phantom X is having a rough month for me. Or a rough beginning for me. And it's not his fault. It's not. Though, we do have some interesting cards coming out in the short future, which I hope help his deck. Like the brand new day Scorpion. I think this might be something good for Phantom X in the long term when it comes to board control affliction, because you're going to double down on all your affliction and double the amount of afflictions on all opponents stuff, which, well, I guess it's just double all afflictions in general, which is really good. So I think that will help him out, make things go a lot smaller. As long as things don't change, and that's his core kit, like, of Scorpion, it is going to be interesting. I'm still missing some key pieces with this deck. Unfortunately, I don't have Silver Sable yet, so I can't remove Surge. I would remove Surge for Silver Sable, and then probably see where that goes, and then tweak it from there. I've just been having a little bit of issues with consistency with this deck, even though it's still at a 58% win rate, which is solid for the inconsistencies of this deck, but it's just kind of frustrating that it's inconsistent compared to, like, this thing, which has no right to be as good as it is. It's not a complicated deck. It's really just play Debrii, play Squirrel Girl, play Killmonger, watch Weapon X go from 0 to 100 real quick. Last turn, play Stryfe, watch Fang Foom copy and win the lane. It's really not that strategic. Words. It's really not that strategic. It's really not. It's just boring. Where with Phantom X, you have to, like, actually interact, think with the deck, and actually, like, plan your moves. Otherwise, you will lose. Yeah, it takes a little bit more IQ. And we're in a meta where it's like, there's not a lot of brain power required in this meta. You just go big. You just go really big. You Scarlet Spider, Man Spider. Yeah, I got Man Spider, by the way. And it's disgusting. You know, you go Weapon X and just play the Destroy Weapon X deck and go really big, or Deadpool or whatever it is, right? You go Zombies, get a really big giant zombie man with Stryfe or whatever, and it can perform relatively good. It's just we're in a meta what just goes really tall. And these other cards that are good, that are releasing, Techno-Organic Virus being one of them, are just getting punished because the meta doesn't suit them. Now, when it comes to Wolverine, Horseman of War, he's just not good enough. And it is his fault. He just isn't good enough. He doesn't give you enough for his cost. He doesn't give you... 412 isn't good enough, which is crazy because you think it is. I assume he'll get a buff, but like his buff's gonna be like real basic. It's probably gonna be like a 4-4 or 4-5, and that's his buff. Unfortunately, that's just that's the reality we live in. I don't think they'll actually fix his core issue. I think what he should do is, if he's going to stay at 4 cost, just make him a 4-3, keep it the same, and just give him 5+5. I think +5 is what he needs to be like better, like much better. I don't think 3 power is enough. It just isn't. 4-3 +5 power, and then we're actually kind of like cooking a little bit. But I don't think he's gonna get that, so I don't really know. So the meta. It's go big essentially, or struggle. Go big or struggle. So yeah, I don't really know how you go small in this meta. Like, I've tried, I've had some success with like Venom X. It's not great. You have to shut them down early to do the thing that they don't want to do. Essentially, you shut them down early or you lose lates. And with the Sandstorm deck that I've been trying out, it's a good deck. I'm just missing some key pieces. I feel like there's not enough deck space for this deck. I feel like the deck space is too limited, and there's just not enough space for everything that you need. Because you need to run this. You need to run this to run this. Like, you want to play Sandstorm, but you're on a clock. Running Magic is a high risk, high reward factor where it could punish you in the back end of things because people are running Fang Foom. So you get punished for that. Ozymandias is a good card, but is he like... Is he good enough? Like, it's weird. It's really weird because this deck is a good deck. It's just not good in the current meta that we're playing. It's not bad, it's just not great, so... Yeah, I don't know. Like, the meta's alright, I guess. It's not bad, it's not great. I hope the OTA buffs things that are necessary buffs, and it nerfs things like Shallow and Fang Foom. I don't think Stryfe needs a nerf. I think Fang Foom and Shallow are the issues, not Stryfe necessarily himself. While he is strong, I don't think he's the core issue. So, just to talk about OTAs, what I would like to see... I would like to see Silver Sable get a buff, not because she needs one or doesn't need one, just so I can freaking get her. Like, give her 1 power, please, so that way she gets put into the bundle and I can buy her. Like, for me. You can nerf her later, just for me. Can I get a Silver Sable? Like, make her a 3 power, who cares? Like, make her like a 1 power, like, but when she comes to the field, she's a 3, like a 1-3, like every other meta 1 cost card. Please, for me, I really want her. The things I just want that I never get. Shallow's probably getting nerfed. Fang Foom's probably gonna get nerfed, maybe. Wolverine's probably gonna get a buff. I want to be like Copium, like Bounce is gonna get buffs. It's been too bad for too long, but like, you know, that's more of a July thing. I feel like Bounce can get buffed in July because they're gonna release the Boomerang, but I could always cope that Bounce gets buffed this month because I want Silver Sable to get a buff. But like if we analyze what's being used right now, nothing's doing terrible. So like, you just do you nerf the top and kind of lower the ceiling a little bit to level everything out, or do you buff the bottom to equal out to the top? Buff Silver Sable for me, please. But yeah, I don't know. That's my guess for OTA. Wolverine's gonna get a buff. Fang Foom's probably gonna nerf, and so is Shallow. I don't know what their nerfs are gonna be. I feel like Shallow's just been too strong for too long, and it's time for him to get gutted again. Wolverine's just too weak at this current time, so I think he's gonna get a small buff to see if that fixes him. Fang Foom is just kind of a victim of circumstance because Stryfe is good. And then if Stryfe gets nerfed, it's just because of Fang Foom's fault, probably. I don't think they're going to nerf Stryfe, but you never know. They might make it 4 on reveals. No, that'd be stupid. They just nerf his power. But I don't think that solves anything. I don't know. I really don't know. This OTA is going to be weird and interesting at the same time. So let me know in the comments below what you think the OTA is going to be focused around, because honestly, I don't really have any complaints about the meta. I'm just kind of like, it's not an interesting meta, so I don't really care that much. It's just go big or don't go big and lose, essentially. So I don't really know how I feel about the current meta. It's just kind of stale. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below who you think is going to get buffed in the OTA. And let me know what you guys your thoughts on the current meta. Do you like the current meta? Do you like that going tall is the play, or do you prefer like a world where both going small and going wide, or going wide and going tall should coexist, or can they even coexist? Let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to y'all later.